Off on my next adventure, heading towards Alberta today from Vancouver Island, and so far at the ferry, just me and one other bike. Got about a half-hour wait, then I'll be on my way. And here comes my ship now. On board the Coastal Celebration, and just getting ready to leave Swartz Bay, heading to Rossland and then eastward. Turned out to be a beautiful day so far. Might come across some rain later, but hopefully it stays nice. So I stopped for a minute here to put my rain gear on because I'm headed into that. Looks pretty ominous. Sprinkling a little bit where I am, but it looks like it's going to be raining harder. So here we go. Just riding through the city of Hope, where I stopped for gas and a quick snack. My next stop should be Princeton, which is about an hour and a half. I'll stop there for gas again and then carry on to my campsite, which is only another 20 minutes or so after that. So I'm definitely seeing some potential rain up ahead again. Got a few drops on my visor already, but hopefully I get through it with a minimal amount. Well, I've been climbing up into the hills for the last half hour or so, and really getting into some twisties now, twisty mountain roads. Fortunately, the road is dry in this section, so that's nice. And hardly any traffic, which is also nice. Well, I've just reached the summit of Allison Pass, and fortunately the weather held out for me. It's definitely cooled off. It's dropped about 9 or 10 degrees Celsius. Just arrived at my campsite at Stemwinder Provincial Park. Beautiful spot right above the river. Just had to stop and show you this view. Kelowna down that way, and Vernon up that way, and the beautiful Okanagan Lake. Well, I've arrived at Nakusp, and I'm in the community campground, and I'm just getting myself set up. Got my tarp up because it's going to be raining tonight, and next I'll get the tent going. So there we have it, all set up at Nakusp. Nice fire ring, tent all set up, tarp covering the picnic table and the tent. So I'm here for 2 nights. Should be a good time. Good morning. Just a quick update on what's been going on the last couple of days, since I haven't done much filming. I left home on Friday morning and made it as far as Stemwinder Provincial Park, which is just outside Headley, BC. Got there pretty uneventfully as far as weather goes. A few sprinkles of rain, but that's about it. The next day, I woke up to rain, which progressively got harder and harder. And I waited it out for a couple hours. Finally, it subsided. So I decided to forge onward. I went to the town of Osoyoos, which is about an hour away, stopped for coffee, did some research on the weather, and talked to a fellow motorcyclist who said he'd just come through the pass that I was heading towards, and there was slush on the road. So I didn't want to deal with that in case it got worse. So instead of heading east, I decided to head north to Penticton. Stayed there for a night, not a drop of rain there. Pretty nice weather, overcast, but still nice. So I spent a night there, and from there I decided to head to Nakusp, which is where I am right now. So I arrived here last night, hit some pretty bad rain in the Monashee Mountains and cold temperatures. My hands were pretty chilly by the time I got through there. Anyways, came down out of the mountains, and the weather miraculously turned into sunshine for about the last hour or so of my trip here to Nakusp. So because of the inclement weather, I haven't done much filming, and hopefully going forward I'll have the opportunity and some nicer weather. It is supposed to improve starting today and tomorrow. So far today it's nice. I do get some rain overnight, but very little. And yeah, I'm going to spend the day here in Nakusp, just kind of chill out, and tomorrow probably head a little bit further east and then south into the South Kootenays, and from there probably start heading back home to Vancouver Island. So that's the update, and we'll talk to you soon. Decided to go for a ride today, since I've got the whole day in Nakusp to just chill out, and it's a beautiful sunny day out. Definitely some clouds in the sky, but no rain, so that's welcome. And I'm just heading north to Jelena Bay, where there's another ferry crossing across Arrow Lakes to Shelter Bay, and from there you can head to Revelstoke, but I'm not going to take the ferry today. I'm just going to hit the junction of Highway 31, which loops around and heads back south towards Caslow. Now apparently a lot of that is dirt road, so I'm not going to do that. I may go as far as where the dirt starts, turn around and come back. As I'm heading this way, I'm definitely seeing some dark clouds up ahead. So I'll play it by ear. I don't really want to get stuck in the rain again. So if it starts to rain, I'll just head back sooner than planned. So I stopped about 30 kilometers into my ride because the rain is starting and I don't want to get soaked again, so I'm going to head back. I did see this nice waterfall though across the road, and over on this side is the lake. Anyway, I'm going to head back. Well, I had to just stop and show you guys this view. Absolutely stunning. Alright, I'm back. So I outran the rain and I'm just getting geared up again. And yeah, finish our trip back to Nakusp. It's a beautiful road. Some nice gentle sweepers. Couple of twisties. Okay, here we go. Got the lake on my right and surrounded by beautiful mountains. Hardly any traffic on this road. I guess you get a little bit more when the ferry unloads, which is about half an hour or so behind me. So I think when I get back to my campsite, I will park the bike, take the short walk into town, maybe try to get some nice photos, a little bit more video, and check out one of the local coffee shops. Yep, here's the junction up ahead. I'm going to head right into Nakusp, straight ahead. If I was to go left up here, it would take me to New Denver. And then if I continued on that road, I would get to Nelson. Or if I turn left at New Denver, it will take me to Caslow, which I will probably try to check out tomorrow. An old CP rail car here in Nakusp, and it looks like the one at the front was for clearing snow off the tracks. Here we are looking out over Arrow Lakes. This is a natural widening of the Columbia River, and it was widened even more with the construction of the Keenly Side Dam. Just walking along the lake shore where they have some beautiful gardens. Apparently the oldest hotel in BC, the Leland Hotel, established 1892. So there's definitely some clouds up ahead. It's pretty bright where I am right now. But there is a good chance I will see some rain at some point today. So I've stopped here at the Nikkei Internment Memorial Center. This is where a lot of Japanese Canadians were sent from the West Coast during World War II. So I'm just going to have a walk through the internment camp, show you what it looks like. Then I'll go inside. Well, that was a very, I don't know, shall we say, humbling experience. Okay, now it is on to, hopefully I'll be able to get up into Sandon, which is a ghost town, on the way from here to Kaslo. I know it's just a dirt road, I believe, that goes up there. So we'll see what kind of condition it's in after all this rain that we've had. 13 kilometers to Sandon. Nice river down alongside the road. Well, it's a very well-groomed, well-maintained road coming in here, so far at least. And definitely some rain up there in those hills. So I just saw some structures up ahead, so I must be getting close. There you go. Still got the river down below me to the right. The sun is trying really hard to get out. There we go, Sandon. Unincorporated. I think there's a few people that live here year-round, but that's about it. Some very derelict old buildings. Over to the left here, the famous old City of Vancouver transit buses. Imagine driving one of these.
That's only
A little bit of the history of this area. Silver mining. The Sandon Generating Station. Just on the beach at Kokanee Creek Campground. This is Kootenay Lake. consider to be the best motorcycle road in British Columbia. I'm riding north to south from Kootenay Bay to Preston. And I just got off the ferry in Kootenay Bay, topped up the gas tank. And I believe this stretch is about around 80 kilometers. So I'm just going to enjoy it. Well, I made it here to Moyi Lake Provincial Park. Here's the site I chose. Hardly anybody here, which is nice. It'll be nice and quiet. Lots of squirrels or chipmunks or something running around here. But there's a playground right across from my site, and shower building right over there too, so that'll be nice. Hopefully the water's hot. Looking forward to a nice hot shower. Beautiful Moyi Lake. Nice deer, just having his dinner. This is the Rossland Lions campground. It's very small, but very quaint. A few trailers down below there. And I got a nice shady spot right here, number 19. So I'll be setting up shortly and then enjoying this beautiful weather. Time to set up shop. All right, leaving the Rossland campground just for a little cruise around the area. I happened upon this cute little park, Essling Park in Rossland. Nice little fountain over here. Beautiful place to sit and relax. Like many towns in this area, Rossland was built around gold. Here's my setup for the night at the Princeton Municipal Campground. Lots of trailers down the other end there. But up at my end, nobody. It's beautiful. And I'll take you over to the river, Similkameen River. This is the same river that flows past the Sidewinder campground where I stayed on my first night of this trip. Well, good morning. This morning is my last day of my motorcycle trip across southern British Columbia. I'm just sitting here enjoying my coffee, listening to the river flow by to my left, and reflecting on the trip that was. It started out being a trip where I was to meet some friends and head to Waterton Lake in southern Alberta. Unfortunately, after day one, the weather turned nasty and there was the threat of some snow in some of the mountain passes heading that way. So I bailed on that part of the trip. They continued on as they were in a motorhome. But I decided to head north up through the Okanagan, through Kelowna, Penticton, ended up in Nakusp. And after a couple of days, 3 days up there, I guess, then I decided to head further east, sort of along the route that I was going to take originally, but not as far as Waterton Lakes. So I got as far as Moy Lake, finally got some good weather for riding where it wasn't absolutely torrential downpours or super cold in some of the mountains. After Moy Lake, I headed back, Rossland, and then to here in Princeton. Saw some beautiful scenery along the way, some wildlife, saw several deer just standing on the road. One darted out right in front of me. I had to hit the brakes pretty hard, and I saw one in one of the campsites I was at. Fortunately, no bears or anything like that might, try to get my food or anything like that. So anyway, I'm wrapping it up here. I'm heading to my daughter's place to visit with her and her family for a few days before I head home. And that'll be it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.